Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only.
Alright, let's see the next one, Bandit 23. A program is running automatically at regular intervals from cron, the time-based job scheduler. Look in xcron-d, okay, for the configuration and see what commands are being executed. Okay, this level requires for you to create your own shell script. This is a very big step and you should be proud of yourself to beat this level. Okay, keep in mind that the shell script is removed once it is executed, so you may want to keep a copy around. Okay, you don't need to keep a copy around. Alright, let's see what's going on. Right, SSH Bandit 23, and then the password for this is this. Right, and then you need to go to this directory. And then C cat cron bandit 24. All right, and then cat the same thing as usual as we did before. So we need to see what this script is telling us. So this is the script, okay, and what it says is, so there is a bin bash, the interpreter, and then my name is who am I, which is bandit 23 for us, but it should be bandit 24 if we want to get the password. So what it's actually telling is executing and deleting all the scripts in this directory. Okay, so we need to keep this one in mind. Okay, let's copy that and keep it here. Okay, and the next step is for I in anything, which is a file, okay, do this one. Okay, what it is, so $I not equal to dot and okay, $I not equal to double dot. So what it is saying is, if it is the current directory or the previous directory, as you can see here, ls-a, you can see these two, right? These two are directories. So what they are trying to do is they are excluding the directories of current one and previous one, and whatever is remaining, so you need to delete that. Okay, rm-f, and this represent every file. Okay, so I represent the file name, okay, and then whatever is in the current file of current directory, everything has to be deleted. Let's see what this says. Okay, and then cat, no, this has to be like this, cron 24. Let's see. So it is saying it is root. Okay, the user active, the effective user is root. Is that what it's saying? Yep. So the user is root, which is created this, and so what this command is telling us is, if the file which it is taking here, so the current file, for example, this is the file of a user, and since the file of a user is there, so the user name will become the owner. Okay, here the username is root, so that will become the owner here. So if that owner becomes bandit 23, then timeout and execute this. Okay, wait for this much time and then execute this, right? And then after that delete that file. Okay, so let's repeat. So initially it captures Bandit 24. Okay, captures Bandit 24, and then it goes to this directory and then executing and deleting all the files. Okay, if for I in any file, okay, it's going to check if it is a current directory or previous directory and ignores those two, and whichever is left, okay, whatever is left, it's going to capture the owner of the file, and then if it checks the owner with Bandit 23, okay, if it is Bandit 23, then it's going to wait and execute, or else it simply ignores and deletes the file. Okay, if it is the owner is Bandit 23, only then it will execute. If Bandit 23 is not the owner, it's going to skip this part and simply removes the file. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to send a file to this directory. Okay, so that this cron job will execute this script so that our file as Bandit 23 will execute, and then we will use that feature here to get our password. Okay, I repeat, so we need to send a file to this directory so that all the files with Bandit 23 as a user will execute, and then we will use this feature to get our password for the next. So how are we going to do that? There are a couple of ways you can do that. The first method and the simplest method which I'm going to do is use mktemp. Okay, what this command will do, it will create a file in the temp directory. Okay, this is a file. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we are going to send some text into it. Okay, so let's write something to this. Okay, and then what are we going to write? We are going to write shebang /bin/bash. I'm just writing into this file using cat command. You can also do that, or you can use any text editor like VA or Nano. I'm gonna show that as well in 5 minutes. Okay, and what I'm trying to do is I'm going to first mention the interpreter, which interpreter am I going to use. Okay, if I do not use this, so I need to execute it as as bash and then file.sh. Okay, so this is the script I have to execute using any shell. Okay, so if I don't want to mention this, I have to keep an interpreter like this. So if I have an interpreter like this, in the first line of the script, so I just have to keep / and then the file will execute, or else you have to give a full path if it is not in the current directory. Okay, hope you get it. Next, what are we going to do after we mention the interpreter? We are going to copy. What are we going to copy? We are going to copy a file from etc bandit underscore pass and bandit 24 password, okay, to the same file. Okay, we are going to mention this file itself. So this is the easiest way if you understand it. So what are we going to do? We have wrote this script. Okay, so this script will have the content this, but after executing this script, the contents of bandit 24 will be sent to back to this file itself. Okay, all right, now press Ctrl D, okay, to get out of it, and then if you see the contents of the same file, this will be the script. Okay, now in order for Bandit 24 to execute it, so we need to give Bandit 24 some permissions to execute it. And then this file, you see no one else has the permissions, so when it goes to this directory, Bandit 24 is the owner of this directory, so we have to give permissions to Bandit 24 in order for this to execute. So how are we going to do that? Since this is a lab environment, we can give every permission that is possible. Okay, chmod 777 and then this file name. Right now the permissions have been given. Okay, it has the execute permission, so now Bandit 24 can execute it. So where do I need to send this file? I need to send this file to this directory. So instead of my name, I have to keep Bandit 24 here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this file to /var/spool and then Bandit 24 and then foo. All right, so I'm sending this file to this directory and I'm going to wait. So this was successful. This has all the permissions, so everything looks good. Okay, I just need to wait for a couple of minutes. Sorry, my syntax was bad here, so I just need to paste this like this. Okay. So it should not be like a redirection, so it should be like this. All right, so now I have done it. Control D. So now I'm out. Now let me send this file to this directory. Okay, and we will wait. All right, just a moment. Right, now we got the password. Right, flag and then password. Right, we got this password. Now let's do it in a couple of other ways. Okay, now what I want to do next is, let's clear this up and then Control L to clear. Okay, and then mktemp -d will create a directory. Okay, this is a directory. Okay, this is not a file now, this is a directory. You can actually go into the directory. So what you need to do is, now just think about it, this directory has the owner Bandit 23, so no other can send files into this. So first we need to do is, we need to give full permissions to this directory, and then we need to create a file. Let's create a file. Now this time let me use nano editor. Okay, nano or vi or whatever. Let me use nano for simplicity, and then let me type script.sh. Now we have the script. Now let me do in a different way. Shebang bin bash copy. This time let me copy etc bandit pass. Okay, then bandit 24, and then let me do it in a different way. This time I don't want to use copy, I will use cat. Okay, since I've already used copy, let me use cat, and when I'm printing out the password, I will just redirect into this temp directory. Okay, this is not easy to copy right now. Let me exit by saving this. Let me copy this and then let me go back to the script. This time I will paste it here. Since this is a directory, I need to mention a file password. Okay, so this is just a file, okay, just a normal file, text file. So this is not yet created, but when the script execute, this will get created. Okay, now that's all. Now you can also use head or tail or new line or whatever you can use. Okay, instead of cat you can use all that. Okay, now let me close the script and then give all permissions as usual to the script. And if you see, we have only one file right now which has all permissions, but this is going to change and you're going to get an additional file, okay, when the script executes. So now let's send this file to copy script and then /var/spool/bandit24/foo. Okay, now I've sent this file. We have set everything. Okay, now let me ls-l for some time and let's see if that script executes and then password shows up. Everything looks cool. I don't see any errors. Yeah, as you can see, we see password file. So if you cat the password, you get the password. Okay, you can also modify a script a little bit. Okay, since it is nano, when you're using a copy command, okay, you need to usually mention a directory. Okay, here if I'm using copy command and if I'm not using this password, this is also going to work, and the name of the file will be bandit24. Okay, but if you are mentioning, for example, let's change it to like pass1, so this is not yet created. Okay, but when the script executes, the contents of this file will be copied and a new file will be created in the name of pass1. Okay, these are the various ways which you can solve this, but the main thing to know is that to use shebang, okay, if you do not use it, that will cause a problem, and the main problem you might encounter is giving permissions. Okay, so if you are creating the directory, you need to give the directory also the permissions. Okay, so that the other person can send a file here. Okay, right. And if you are using just a file just like that, okay, this is just a file and you need to give all permissions to this file so that other person will execute and other person can also send file here. Okay, you need to take care of those things and you'll be good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.